Hi everyone, this video is going to be slightly different to the others, but it is also an extremely valid one, even if you don't think so initially. In a world where everyone has about the same attention span as a goldfish, yes, I'm talking about you, and me too to that end, it's no wonder we're all still scrambling to make sense of the flood of information coming our way. Now there could be a reason why our brains have been indirectly trained to do so. So today we're going to do just that by exploring the fine line between facts and conspiracies, the blurred edges of truth, and the power of misdirection. Before you start thinking this is just another deep dive into wild theories and mysterious cover-ups, let's clear the air. What exactly is a conspiracy? Well, at its core, a conspiracy is defined as a secret plan by a group to do something harmful or illegal. But over time, it's become a catch-all term for any idea that challenges the mainstream narrative. Sometimes it's about real hidden agendas, other times it's just a way to dismiss inconvenient perspectives. The real question though, I think, is how do we tell the difference? And why does it matter? After all, if the truth really is out there, maybe it's hiding somewhere between a headline and a hashtag. And we're here to find it, to open our eyes. So, in today's world, where information travels at the speed of a tweet, separating fact from fiction is more challenging than ever. Mainstream news often presents one side of the story, polished and packaged, as it does, while social media offers a different perspective, raw, unfiltered, and sometimes a little out there, maybe? So then, which side holds more truth? Or is the reality somewhere in between? They say the best place to hide a secret is right out in the open, hidden in plain sight, directly under our noses. Sometimes the most crucial details are the ones we gloss over because they seem too obvious to question. As the old saying goes, there are none so blind as those who will not see. But what if we take a closer look? What stories might we uncover? And whose interests are served by keeping certain truths hidden behind a veneer of normalcy? Whether it's a subtle shift in language, a quiet omission, a play on words, or a story that just doesn't quite add up, these hidden details can change the entire picture, if of course we're willing to see them. But how often do we overlook them, distracted by the noise of the day-to-day, having the attention span of a goldfish? What happens when we start paying attention, applying our minds, training them to focus that little bit longer? What then would we find hiding in plain sight? So in this video we shall have a look at just a couple of things happening within the UK. I shall also be doing a few more in the future, as I think it is important, not just to open our eyes, but to retrain and strengthen our brains and minds. First up, let's look at what is now being well and truly seen as a two-tier policing and justice system, and of course the Labour Party leader Two-Tier Starmer. Now this name is very interesting and in more ways than one, which I shall get back to shortly. Now we know that the mainstream news is showing one narrative, which seems to be covering up the truth, especially when protest marching and rioting is concerned. Yet social media is showing us a different picture, and literally with the videos that can be seen on different platforms. For example, we have seen a difference where hardly anything, if anything, is shown on mainstream news that covers all the prayer holding by a certain group that shuts down London city centre, and then the demonstrations by this group that all seem to be peaceful, and the police are in their everyday uniforms and also seem to be shown in small attendance so as not to antagonise or inflame a situation, apparently. Whereas when the native British people have their demonstrations, the police are in full riot gear and their numbers suddenly increase to such a size that they are having to pull police from other cities. Now, is this increase in the showing of police force deliberate, as in to show that these native protesters are far-right troublemakers, or is it a way of the police deliberately trying to spark aggravation in one way or another, or even indeed both? Then we got the way the judicial system is working, where people who have tweeted or retweeted certain things, granted they can be seen to inciting illegal actions, and for the crime they have been thrown into prison after a whirlwind court case, Where on other sides there is footage of a certain demographic turning over police cars, setting fire to a bus, and probably the biggest one is the incident at Manchester Airport. And as far as I know, no charges have been given to any of these. Now back to the name Two-Tier Starmer, and this is one that can be seen as a conspiracy in disguise. Going off the idea of the police and the judicial system for now, let's look at what could be a bigger picture, as in the Great Reset. The Great Reset being based on the global elites and the super rich controlling everything. They are also wanting a two-tier system stroke society where they do away with the working or middle class, so the name could have more than two meanings. So what do you think of all this? Is there truth in it? Just conspiracy? Deliberate lies and cover-ups? Or is there more to it all? I'll leave it there for now. Let me know your thoughts down below, and until next time, don't just open your eyes, open your minds too.